Hey, welcome back to the 19th attempt at this week's Ego on Break. I'm your host, Jay Andrews, joined by the Mississippi Madman, Logan Creed, and he is no longer mad. He's just like,
I'm just
hey,
confused.
Why not? You know, so just right off the bat, we want to wish a get well soon to promoter Bobby Wayne Truemark over at Hard Knocks Revolution. Revolution? Yeah, Hard Knocks Revolution. He had to cancel the Fanning the Flame event that was scheduled for last weekend. He was put in the hospital, had a procedure done, and just got released yesterday.
Yep.
And from me and the Madman, we want to wish you a speedy recovery to Mr. 19, as his new nickname is. Yep. So get well soon, homie, and
also Johnny Learman, man, he got so bad he's having to learn how to rewalk.
Yeah, rewalk. So I didn't realize that Learman, he was so bad. So yeah, y'all keep Johnny Learman in your prayers and thoughts and positive vibes, and all that other stuff that you got going on. The brother is definitely down and out, but he ain't out. He's working hard, for sure. So continue to hit him up. Just let him know, hey, hope you get better and all that good stuff. So keep up the fight, Mr. Terminator. So yeah. So watching you wrestling? I know you watch some wrestling.
Yes,
We've done this 19 times. So NXT TakeOver, right? Was it a TakeOver event?
Yes.
You had a problem with one of the matches. What was your problem?
For God's sake. Johnny Gargano and
Tommaso Ciampa.
It was just they did so much in the match. Weapon after weapon. Falling off some kind of crates through a table. Being put on a stretcher. And then they carry the guy off, and then Johnny stops him, carries him back to the damn ring, and puts him in the chokehold after he handcuffs him. My bad, let me not forget that part, because that part's kind of, I guess, supposedly important somehow. But I don't know, it didn't make any sense. So after he's handcuffed behind him, he's choking him out. There's no referee. Tap, 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 of course, but no ref, so no finish. They're looking for a ref now, so I'm still not sure why there's no ref. There was no ref bump or nothing like that. So
the ref just like, oh, I thought the match was over.
I'm going to go get me a snack.
He's like, put him on the Garney, match got to be over, right?
Yeah, I guess so, probably so. Wouldn't take a leak or something.
He's probably hot.
So probably. It was a long damn match. I'd have been hot too. But after that, he lets him go. He has the long handcuffs, so he puts his around from under his feet. And Johnny comes back around to the side where they had pulled the mat up earlier in the match to expose the bare boards, and hit him with a DDT for the finish on the bare boards, by the way. And that was the finish of the match. And it just drove me nuts. And this flies by drive me nuts too.
Well, it's interesting. I have not yet seen the match. I think I'm going to try to find it.
Please do.
And
I don't want everybody else to think I'm just nuts.
I want to see if you really had something to be mad about, or if you're just nitpicking.
What's that?
So,
good God.
You don't get it.
Is it the end?
It's an art form.
Yeah, if that's the end of the feud, well, Tommaso's the winner. He's the bad guy.
Yeah. Does that mean Gargano goes in at 205 Live?
Probably 205 Dive.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be.
Could be. You don't think he'll be the new Daniel Bryan?
Possibly. I mean, that's what he was on the Indies.
That's true.
So he was Johnny Wrestling.
Well, they've been chanting that there too.
So
I did find out if you're in the Roman Reigns match during Money in the Bank, they will chant anything at you but something to do with the match. Yeah.
I think it's a rule.
I think so.
I think when you come into WWE, they got like these rules on like a poster board or something, written in Sharpie, taped all the doors.
Do not cheer this match.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
anything but do the wave. That's another one. They did.
We love wrestling.
They literally tried to zoom in on the match as close as they could, where
so
you could not see what the crowd was doing.
Oh, that's great stuff.
It's true.
So
I was like, y'all can zoom in all y'all want. You can still see the wee.
That's what I want. That's what I pay my money for. I paid $800 to sit in front row.
But it wasn't. I mean, it was one of the better matches I've seen Jinder in, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it just,
who knows?
Force feed somebody. You ever tried to force feed a baby? What they do, spit it back up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, same thing with Roman and gender.
I'll tell you something that I heard,
What's up?
and I said this because it's funny, but you know, they were making art or whatever, but Francisco Ciazzo, I don't know if I may have touched on this last week, I can't remember, but
Touch me.
Eric Wayne has a podcast out called Paid in Exposure, PI,
Really?
and he interviewed Francisco about punching Effie in the face. Effie is a wrestler from Florida.
Guy,
yeah. And Francisco said, I didn't punch him because he was gay. I punched him because I don't make art. He's like, I'm a wrestler. I'm not one of these guys out here using this as my canvas to make art. You know, he's like, I'm tired of art, you know, artist or what out here trying to be a wrestler. You know, he's like, that's the reason I punched him. But he made a comment about male versus female intergender wrestling.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that we haven't really thought about. But he said he's so against it, not because he's against women wrestling men. He's like, but what, you know, he's like, if I get all this heat for punching Effie because, you know, he's gay and it not being a wrestling thing, you know, and I'm homophobic and I'm this now, blah, blah, blah. Well, then if a man punches a woman, isn't that, you know, like male, you know, like beating your wife or what, you know, like that same kind of thing. And he's like, I'm not going to be one of these guys that are going out there and telling little kids, hey, it's okay to hit women. You know, he's like, that's not what I believe in. He said, I believe women can do anything they want to do. He was like, but if you're going to say, oh, well, you know, a male can wrestle a female because, oh, it's wrestling, you know, that's their art form. But he's like, if I punch a guy, you know, now I'm homophobic because what I did is real and what he does is fake. He's like, how can it be two different things? He's like, to that young kid in the crowd that's watching, they don't know the difference.
No.
He's like, you know, he said, all you're telling them is, oh, it's okay to beat your wife. It's okay to hit your sister. It's okay to beat your mom or whatever. It's okay to hit a woman because, oh, it's wrestling. You know, so that was just a different point of view that I thought was really interesting take on it. That, you know, I know in Life in the Headlock, you've asked a lot of people about intergender wrestling, and I don't think that has ever came up to where, you know, look at it not from the smart wrestling fan, but look at it from the 7-year-old kid that's going to grow up and go, oh, well, they did it in wrestling, I can do it too. So, props to Francisco Ciazzo on just throwing a different perspective out there and, you know, putting his belief out there. And I really like that concept. I mean, we've had intergender matches here in the Pro Wrestling Ego, but I've never really thought about that, hey, what are we teaching the next generation? You know, so, I mean, how many of us grew up on Hulk Hogan and we drunk milk and ate Flintstone vitamins, you know, because Hogan told us to. You know, or how many of us painted our faces,
tell them,
you know?
Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole key there is you have to.
Yeah, but how many indie events have you done? Have you been to where they said don't try this at home? We don't say it at our events.
Well, I understand that.
You know?
But, you know, I mean, sometimes you got to use logic too.
Right, but how many 7-year-olds have logic?
Well, that's up for their parents to teach it to them.
It's okay to be mad at him because he hit the, you know, but no. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the Roadrunner and Coyote. I saw him blow the damn Coyote up a bunch of times. You never see him. He strapped dynamite to my back. It's called common sense. Have some. Your parents should teach you common sense.
I have seen you fall off the top rope, though.
Well, me too, but my dumb ass shouldn't have been up there. So that's common sense. I didn't have it at that point. I was like, well, everybody else do it. Watch this fat guy try to do it.
Watch me do it.
It didn't work. So here's common sense. I will never try the top rope again.
The Umanga headbutt didn't work out very well, did it?
No, I usually do that from the second rope. I don't know what the hell I was going to do. Fall.
So, the guy climbs the top rope with no idea what he's going to do.
I was just going to do a splash.
See, if you knew what you were going to do, maybe you would have made it.
Fall.
See, that's what happened. But yeah, just a different perspective from Francisco. And check out the Paid in Exposure. They're really good. Also, I discovered another podcast, Ringside Rant. They are on SoundCloud.
Rant?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Yeah. Very cool. And you can see
some of those other week.
You can listen to John Davis, Ray Fury, and O'Shea Edwards have all been interviewed on Ringside Rant. Super good podcast. I really enjoyed it. But
I wanted to ask you something. I saw this last night, and I have not watched the video. I'm going to watch it later today. But Gene Jackson bought a
mystery box.
Yes.
I did not see what's in it. No.
Damn it! See, I wanted to see what he had in it.
I know.
But who'd he buy it from?
Burt Prentice.
Burt Prentice.
Yep. I know one thing.
That was really cool.
One thing that I did see, it was sticking up by the top. It was a rolled up piece of paper.
It's a poster.
It's a poster of Mickey James.
Sweet. That's
Now,
cool.
I tried to watch it, but it just kept loading this morning.
Okay.
So that's as far as I made it.
Gene Jackson, we are going to watch your mystery box. I'm curious.
Yeah, me too. And
like
I'm
Gene
curious
Jackson.
because Pro Wrestling Ego does a mystery box. So I'm curious of what other people have in theirs.
I like
So,
Gene Jackson. I think he's funny as hell.
Oh yeah, go watch David Cox.
David Cox is awesome. I'm still looking for Bushwacker, whatever the hell his name was.
Fred,
Fred,
I think.
George, Tyrone.
Bushwacker Bob.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. But yeah, it was definitely interesting.
Maybe we need to start a new Bushwackers.
I mean, we kind of have. Have you watched our episode here? So all we need is some of this.
I ain't licking nobody. I leave that up to you. That was somebody talking about that the other day. I know this is a weird way to go, but Bushwhackers back in the day would grab your child and lick a limb. You didn't think nothing about it. This ain't perverted. This ain't weird. But now if somebody did that in 2018, you'd sue the hell out of them. They'd be in prison.
It'd be crying. You would definitely have
He's
some
a
tweets out
pedophile.
there. Yeah, he likes to lick little children.
You know what I'm saying?
Like just on the
why
forehead.
was it like in the 80s? We didn't think a damn thing about it, you know.
It's
But if you did that now,
This is wise because that common sense thing you were talking
hell,
about.
they ain't got it. Yeah.
You know.
I still didn't get to licking people. I'll be honest about it.
It was just like
I
look
got
at us
smelled.
being nasty or whatever. You did get smelled. So, but yeah, hey, we want to thank you for commenting, giving us some ideas for Sterdust and Ursa Major's tag
we
team
ain't
name.
said the damn names because that was on take 57 we tried earlier.
Yeah, so
a little bit. Let me get
I
'em.
know the Constellations were one
Yeah, I
of
got
the
it right
names.
here. Give me just a minute.
Um,
All right. Evil Loch Ness said the Galactic Nightmares, the Universal Apocalypse, Digital Code Breakers.
I like that one.
Let's see here. Hold on a second.
Could have been the Digital Stir Makers.
Or how about now this is from Nicholas Barshaw. How about the Ringmasters of the Stirverse?
Mm.
How about the Galaxy's Greatest Tag Team?
I like that.
From Jay Roscoe.
Yeah.
Pico Train. Sorry, I had to add to that.
Duke Boys.
The Constellations from Slug 3R. And one guy tells us Sterdust is too beautiful for wrestling. Take good care of him, Ego. From Gimpin' My Pants.
Okay.
That's what his name is.
Hey, I don't name them. They named
He
themselves.
named himself, brother.
So I'll let you take care of Sterdust and make sure he stays
I'm gonna
safe.
let Ursa
We're
Major
gonna
take
we're
care
gonna
of
make you
Sterdust.
Sterdust personal security.
He stole my damn chair. He owes me a chair.
Yeah, Sterdust is personal
Jim
security.
Sterling owes me a chair.
And we'll get you like a nice purple and silver tuxedo.
Purple and silver chair.
That'd be awesome. So,
With a big star that says Logan Creed,
Yeah.
Mississippi Madman.
so Sterdust, if you're looking for another person to kidnap and brainwash,
I don't want to be brainwashed. I ain't been kidnapped either. I'll work for you. You got money. I want to be YouTube famous.
so you want to win the Stir search, huh?
Sweet. I want to get an autograph picture.
Yeah. That's all I want is an autograph picture as well.
So you'll work for her too for autograph picture?
Maybe. So this has definitely been an exciting episode.
As many damn times we take it, it ought to be.
Oh, y'all, hey guys, this was really a good episode to start with.
I promise.
But we need some deleted scenes somewhere down the road. So we definitely had been interrupted a bunch.
Yes.
We had a talk earlier about Sergeant Craig Pittman.
What again was your Sergeant Craig Pittman's best match?
Well, I heard Jericho say something like he was talking about take advantage of any TV time you have or whatever. And he said he once worked a match at the Superdome in New Orleans against Sergeant Craig Pittman that lasted less than a minute. He said, but for that minute he made the most. And he said next time he got like a minute and a half, and then it turned into 2 minutes. And so You know, and you had asked, hey, well, what's your favorite Craig Pittman match? And I don't know, but I can remember watching him come out. I know I've seen him wrestle a bunch.
I do too. I just don't remember anybody.
Because
they were jobber matches. Maybe that's why.
And it could be, but I always thought he looked like Rock from the TV show Rock.
Yeah.
You know, the guy was like a garbage man or whatever. So
I'll tell you a match I watched too, and this is just obscurely out there. But I watched DDP versus PN News. Who do you think won?
PN News, of course.
Bruh, I would have never picked that.
Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo. I mean, PN News is
ass.
the man. The man.
I don't even think the diamond cutter was an invention at this point. But knocked him out.
Like there's probably only a couple of guys that are better than PN News in my book.
Okay.
One of them would be Bastion Booger, Repo Man, Doink the Clown, Man Mountain Rock. I mean, that's probably top 5 right there. I mean, I'm just saying.
Brooklyn Brawler.
No, I was more of a Abe Knuckleball Schwartz kind of guy.
I guess.
So never liked the Brawler. The game was okay. I'll tell you what I did get. I got a Sergeant Slaughter action figure from when he was a turncoat. So it's got it's got the curly boots, and it's got the
when they claimed he burned the flag, but he really burned the
Hulk Hogan shirt. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely added that to my collection. I got him right next to Sergeant Slaughter action figure when he was the commissioner, and Phineas Godwin. So it's definitely a collection.
Let's talk about one other match before we go. Jay
Andrews, I'm right here.
Good God, I said the wrong part. Ray
Fury
versus
Jason
Kincaid
at Face to Face Wrestling, which is Heath Slater's school.
Yeah, that's what I understood.
So, how was it? You watched it? I haven't
watched
seen
the match, but the guy that filmed it evidently has palsy or something because he's doing this the whole match. But the match itself was really good if you can get past the shaky camera.
So where did you see that? Was it a private link or was it on YouTube?
Ray sent it to me, and I really don't remember, to be honest with you. But if you type in Ray Fury versus Jason Kincaid, it will come up.
You may or may not find it.
No, you'll find it. It'll come. It's the only one on there.
I got you.
So just put it on YouTube. It's on there.
Yeah.
I was talking to Ray about it yesterday, and he said they do like a sling blade off the second rope.
Mm-hmm.
He said it hurt so bad. He said it was so stiff. He said his wind is like whoosh. He said because we landed, I guess it may have been hard ring. You know, indie rings, you never know what the hell you're wrestling in. But he was just telling me that. He did come up on the losing end of this match, but in all honesty, it was a very good match. Yeah. Like I said, if you can get past the shaky part of the camera, enjoy
if you're
the
working
match.
with Jason Kincaid, if you're wrestling Jason Kincaid, you're a winner just to be able to be in that match.
Jason grabs him at the end of the match. Fury had rolled it outside, and the match is over. He walks over, and I was like, oh, hell, he's going to kick his ass. And he grabs him and throws him back in the ring. I'm like, what the hell? He's just get jumped. And he picks him up by the head, grabs his hand, and shakes his hand.
I thought you were going to say kissed him.
No, I swear I was like, he's going to get beat down. No, he shook his hand. But that was cool because I literally thought he was going to get crap kicked out of it.
There's one move that Kincaid does, and I have no idea how he does it and still walks. But he like dives through the ropes and hits a blockbuster on the floor. Did he do that?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
I have no idea how he walks. I mean, he's literally taking a butt bump onto the floor from the inside the ring.
He did like a drastic change. He went from this long-haired dude.
Yeah, he looked like the homeless wizard to
Bam Bam Bigelow's skinny brother.
For sure.
I mean, I don't know if that's a good comparison. I don't know if he likes Bam Bam Bigelow or not, but you know.
He's definitely got a massive head tat.
Yeah, I mean, it looks just like, I ain't gonna say just like, but it's flames and stuff.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't that his first tattoo?
I don't know. I don't
think so. You know, most people get like Mickey Mouse or something. This guy gets a headpiece.
But for any promoter, if y'all want to book a good match, that was definitely a good match, man.
That's so awesome. So awesome. Well, I will say, been hard at work at working on the Southern 8 this year. I'm trying to, get some different guys out there, and I'm not going to say I've got a couple guys already locked in, and we shall be releasing a poster soon with the date and the location and stuff. But there was when I first had the idea of the Southern 8, there was about 10 people that I was like, I want these 10 guys, even though it was only 8. I want at least 8 of these 10 guys. One of these guys is one of those people. So it's a guy I've been trying to get for 7 years now. So super excited to have him on the event.
Can you give any hint who it may be? I just want to see if I can get it.
I'll give you an idea. He wrestled AJ Styles in Arkansas once. Does that help?
I think I got it. So
I'll tell you three or four of his opponents.
can I try his initials?
Well, I'm gonna give you. In the past, if you go on YouTube, you can find him working AJ Styles.
I'm just saying off that.
You
match.
can find him working Jushin Liger. You can find him wrestling Roderick Strong.
I know who it is.
You can find him wrestling Barrett Brown.
Has an S and an A.
Somewhere in there.
There you
Yeah. And you can find him wrestling John Davis. So
Gotcha.
super cool.
If that's who I'm pretty 100% positive it is. That's
pretty
awesome.
excited about that.
Yeah.
If you do your investigating, you can figure him out. If you go through your history of life in the headlock, you can probably find him on there as well.
I'm pretty sure you can find him on my channel with me calling the matches.
Yep. So looking forward to that. June 23rd, we make our way back to the Hideaway, which is this Saturday. We do know that O'Shea Edwards will be defending his Pride Championship against Joey Abel. So Joey Abel's been gone for about 8 or 9 months. Took some time off due to going full time into the military. He had some free dates and just happened to have this date free. So it's pretty funny that the new champion is gonna face the guy that gave up the championship. So will we see Joey Abel as the new champion? Will we see O'Shea Edwards retain?
That'd be awesome.
Right. And so looking forward to that. June 23rd, the Hideaway, Jackson, Mississippi.
And I want to press one more thing for Ray Fury, because I know he just got it out yesterday, but he's got a cool new shirt. It's in green. Did you see it?
That's not his shirt.
It's not his?
That shirt was made by Butch Dorr.
Dude, that shirt is amazing.
He drew that. I'm pretty sure he drew that.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure he drew it.
Okay.
So shout out to Butch Dorr if you want to see an awesome shirt.
It's a Ain't No Way shirt.
Yeah, so check that out. Yeah, it's not a Fury shirt. It should be a Fury shirt.
I thought it was, dude. Legit. I had no idea.
Fury definitely should talk to Butch and work up a deal to get that put out. Very cool shirt.
That was one of the coolest designs I've seen in a long time, honestly.
So check that out. Check out all the Pro Wrestling Ego shirts over at fullygimmick.com. You can find John Davis, JD Jenkins, Pro Wrestling Ego shirts. You can find Jake Parnell, Gary J, Sterdust. So I saw that they put out Sterdust in purple. So purple shirt was with Sterdust on it. It was very cool.
The same one, just different color?
Yeah. But makes the shirt to me. I like the black Sterdust shirt, but I like this one better.
Purple fits in better, you know.
So,
it's his color.
Yeah, so check that out. And I hope you enjoyed this Ego on Break. If you'd like for us to talk about something other than just rambling, comment below and we'll give it a shot.
We did have some subjects to cover today, but everything's been screwed to here, there, and the other.
Right. So June 23rd, Hideaway, Unfinished Business.
Yes.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Yes.
Hard Knocks, not sure.
I don't
what's
know.
up with that due to the promoter being
right now, I have no idea.
having some health issues.
But I do promise this: at some point, some way, somehow, I'm gonna get my hands on Monty Ward books just to prove I want Monty Ward books, and not that way.
There's a challenge, Monty Ward books. Maybe at
I don't care.
Maybe at next year's Eagle Mania.
I don't care where.
Think about that, Monty Ward books. Later, guys.